Welcome to this moment of reflection and motivation. Today we are going to discuss a profound quote, one that speaks about the nature of poverty, life's challenges, and most importantly, personal responsibility. The quote is simple yet powerful. If you are born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it's yours. But let us break it down. Poverty, the state of being born into a life of struggle, is not something we choose, but how we face it, how we rise from it, and the life we lead. Once we have the ability to take control, that's where we find the real challenge. When we say, if you are born poor, it's not your fault, we acknowledge that circumstances beyond our control shape who we are at the start of our journey. We are born into families, communities, and environments that may or may not offer these some opportunities. Think about it. No one asked to be born into poverty. It's not a choice. And yet, in many parts of the world, millions of children are born into families struggling to survive, where the basic necessities like food, shelter, and education are often out of reach. But here the things, while birth determines where you start, it doesn't dictate how you finish. Poverty in the beginning is a circumstance, not a life sentence. Now, while birth may not be in our control, what happens after we are born is where we can truly make a difference. Opportunities. They come in many shapes, in sizes. Some are obvious, others are hidden in plain sight. It might not seem like there's much opportunity around you when you are struggling to survive, but opportunities exist everywhere, even in the most unlikely places. It's not about waiting for an opportunity to appear, but about seeing what's available and learning how to grab it. Sometimes opportunities are not handed to you. Sometimes you have to create them. Education, skills, hard work, and patience. These are all doors to opportunity. And though the road might be longer for some than other, the opportunity is still there. It's about how you choose to see the world and how you decide to change your circumstances. Here's where things get tough. But if you die poor, it's yours. This part of the quote brings us face to face with the reality that at some point we all have to take responsibility for the choices we make. Life is not easy, and no one's journey is without struggle, but we do have the ability to shape our futures. We have the power to learn from failure, the strength to rise after falling, and the mindset of preserve. Personal responsibility is not about blaming yourself for things outside your control, but it's about owning your actions, your decisions, and your attitude. You may not have control over the hand you were dealt, but you have full control over how you play that hand. The choices you make today, these actions you take, will determine your future. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on the success stories of individuals who were once in similar situations. People like Oprah Winfrey, J.K. Rowling, and even Elon Musk, who were born into humble beginnings but refused to let their circumstances dictate their futures. Oprah was born in poverty, raised by a single mother, and faced abuse, but today she is one of the most influential people in the world. J.K. Rowling was a single mother living on welfare before she became a global icon with a Harry Potter stories. These people did not let poverty define them. They chose to rise above it, to take responsibility for their own futures. And today they are living proof that hard work, resilience, and the right mindset can turn dreams into reality. The people did not let poverty define them. They chose the rise about it to take responsibility for their own futures. And today they are living proof that hard work, resilience, and the right mindset can turn dreams into reality. But remember, success does not always look the same for everyone. It does not always mean financial wealth. For some, it's the ability to be free, to live without fear, to raise their children in an environment of love and opportunity. For others, it's about making a difference in the lives of others, impacting the world in ways that go beyond money. No matter how big or small, success is about overcoming the odd. And the path to success always begins with taking control of your life. No matter how big or small, success is about overcoming the odds. And the path to success always begins with taking control of your life. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the essence of this quote once again. If you are born poor, it's not your fault, but if you die poor, it's yours. This statement is a call to action. It's a challenge to take ownership of your life, your future, and your choices. You may not have control over your birth circumstances, but you have full control over how you live, what you believe, and the actions you take. There is no excuse for not striving for a better life. Yes, the road too tough, but it is possible. Every person has within them the power to change, the power to grow, and the power to overcome. Take responsibility today because the future is in your hands. Let today be the day you take control of your life. Let it be the moment when you stop blaming circumstances and start taking actions. You are the author of your own story. So write a story worth telling.